In 2025, getting on a plane isn't as simple as showing up with a ticket. More travelers than ever are being denied boarding, and not just for overbooked flights. New rules, advanced security tech, and policy changes have created a minefield at airports worldwide. From digital passport errors to health regulation missteps, these surprise issues are catching even seasoned travelers off guard. In this video, we break down the top 10 reasons people are turned away, so it doesn't happen to you. 1. Passport doesn't meet new biometric standards. In 2025, many countries require biometric passports with embedded chips and machine-readable data. If your passport is older or damaged even slightly, you may be denied boarding, especially for international flights. Airlines scan your passport in advance and check for chip compatibility. If it fails to read or looks suspicious, you're not getting on the plane. Even valid passports can be rejected if they don't meet the updated entry requirements of your destination. Always check if your country has issued a biometric upgrade and renew your passport early if needed. Don't risk being told no at the gate because your passport doesn't talk to the system. Biometric checks are now the norm, and without a compliant document, you're not flying anywhere. 2. Missing or incorrect travel visas. One of the most common and most frustrating reasons for denied boarding is having the wrong visa or missing one entirely. In 2025, visa policies are stricter and change frequently, especially for digital nomads or high-risk regions. Some destinations now require e-visas issued before departure, not on arrival. If you assumed you could get a visa at the border, you may be turned away at check-in. Others require printed documents with QR codes, and digital copies aren't accepted. Even minor discrepancies in dates or names can trigger red flags. It's your responsibility, not the airlines, to ensure your visa is valid, up-to-date, and correct. Always double-check entry requirements on the official embassy website, not third-party travel blogs. 3. Vaccine or health certificate incomplete. Many countries still require proof of vaccination, negative tests, or digital health clearances, even in a post-COVID world. If your health certificate is expired, missing a digital signature, or improperly formatted, the airline has no choice but to deny boarding. New global health pass systems like IATA Travel Pass and VeryFLY are being adopted, but they're picky. If your QR code doesn't scan or your name doesn't match your passport exactly, you're flagged. Some destinations even require proof of recent vaccinations beyond COVID-19, like yellow fever or polio, depending on your travel history. Always upload documents in advance if your airline offers a pre-boarding review system, and bring both printed and digital copies. Health compliance is not negotiable in 2025, and minor slip-ups lead to major consequences. 4th, AI-powered risk flag on your booking. Airlines and border agencies are increasingly using AI to flag risky passengers, often without ever telling you why. If your booking data, browsing history, or payment method triggers an anomaly, you might be denied boarding without warning. For example, buying last-minute one-way tickets, traveling without checked luggage, or booking from a high-fraud region can raise suspicion. These AI systems cross-reference your data with global watch lists, travel behavior models, and even social media footprints. The result? You could be flagged for further screening or flat-out denied boarding, despite having valid documents. Unfortunately, there's often no appeal on the spot. To avoid this, book flights early, use verified payment methods, and avoid suspicious patterns. In 2025, even algorithms decide if you fly. 5. Expired or invalid identification for domestic travel. Even for domestic flights, ID requirements have changed. In the US, for example, TSA's Real ID requirement is now fully enforced. If you show up with a regular driver's license instead of a compliant Real ID, you're grounded. Some states issue IDs that look similar but aren't accepted for flying. For international travelers connecting through US cities, this creates chaos. It's also common in the EU and Asia, where updated national IDs are needed for air travel. Make sure your ID is not only valid but also compliant with air travel regulations in your country. If you're unsure, check with your local passport office or airline. An outdated ID might still get you into a bar, but not onto a plane. 6. Arrival country entry denied mid-check-in. Sometimes it's not your departure country that blocks you, it's the arrival country. Airlines are required to verify that passengers will be admitted upon landing. If your destination suddenly changes entry rules, the airline may refuse to board you to avoid paying repatriation costs. This can happen due to political tensions, natural disasters, or system updates, often with no notice. Some travelers are denied boarding simply because their visa on arrival program was suspended that morning. Others get blocked because the country flags their nationality as high risk. Always confirm entry policies right before departure. Use government websites, not just airline apps. In 2025, last-minute bans and unexpected policy changes are more common than ever, and they'll stop you from even reaching the gate. 7. Overbooked flights and weight balancing. While overbooking isn't new, 2025 airlines are using more aggressive algorithms to optimize seat allocation and fuel efficiency. This sometimes means bumping passengers for weight balancing reasons, especially on regional or smaller aircraft. If you're one of the last to check in or booked with points or promo fares, you may be at the top of the deny list. Airlines legally overbook knowing some passengers won't show, but if everyone shows up, someone gets left behind. Compensation is often offered, but if you have a time-sensitive trip, the delay can ruin your plans. To avoid this, check in early and consider joining airline loyalty programs, which reduce the chance of being involuntarily bumped. In 2025, boarding priority is algorithmic and brutally efficient. 8. Luggage violations at the gate. Think your bag's just a little too big? In 2025, airlines are cracking down hard on carry-on size and weight, especially with automated bag scanners at many gates. If your bag doesn't fit in the sizing rack, it might get flagged. And if the flight is full, that could mean denied boarding until it's resolved. Some budget airlines now issue digital bag tags with embedded weight sensors, and if your carry-on is overweight, you may be stopped at the gate and charged extra or removed from the boarding list entirely. Luggage violations delay the entire boarding process, and in a post-COVID efficiency push, gate agents are less lenient. Measure, weigh, and check your bags before heading to the airport. A few inches or pounds could cost you your seat. 9. Behavioral or suspicion-based denial. Increased focus on safety has made behavioral screening more aggressive in 2025. If you appear intoxicated, belligerent, anxious, or even unusually quiet, airline staff may flag you for further questioning or boarding denial. Flight attendants and gate agents are trained to look for micro behaviors that suggest risk. One sharp tone, angry outburst, or suspicious movement could be interpreted as a threat. Sadly, this has also raised concerns about profiling and bias. But regardless, if the captain or gate staff are uncomfortable, they have full authority to deny boarding without refund. Stay calm, polite, and cooperative, even under stress. If you're upset about delays or changes, voice it respectfully. In today's climate, your attitude is monitored as much as your luggage. 10. Unpaid fines, warrants, or travel bans. Here's a shocker. Unpaid tickets, court summons, or unresolved warrants can now block you from boarding, especially for international travel. Many governments in 2025 share databases with airlines and immigration. If your name appears on a list, you may be stopped before boarding or at customs, even for minor offenses. Some travelers report being denied boarding over unpaid child support, tax liens, or legal cases they didn't know were still active. In the EU and US, integrated background checks are routine. You won't get a warning, you'll just be stopped. Before flying, especially abroad, make sure your legal record is clean and resolve any fines or issues that could flag your name. Ignorance is no excuse when the system auto-denies your boarding. Travel in 2025 is not what it used to be. With biometric passports, AI-powered screenings, and ever-changing entry rules, boarding a plane now feels more like passing an exam. But here's the truth. Most people who get denied at the gate never saw it coming. A small mistake, an expired visa, an oversized bag, or a forgotten document can cost you your flight, your money, and your plans. The good news? You're now ahead of the curve. By knowing what to check, how to prepare, and what patterns to avoid, you'll be boarding confidently while others scramble. So take these tips seriously. Double-check your ID, follow the rules, and treat airline staff with patience. They're your last gateway to the sky. If this video helped you feel more ready to fly, hit like, subscribe for more real travel advice,